While handing out flyers, I saw my girlfriend Alicia looking disheveled and passionately kissing the school hunk in a sports car. When I knocked on the window, the school hunk asked her, "Who's this?" Alicia, leaning against him, said just, "A simp. If you don't like it, I'll break up with him right away." After kissing the school hunk, she didn't even look at me and turned away. The school hunk licked his lips where my girlfriend had kissed him and mocked, "Leave. Beauties only belong to the strong," I asked. "I don't care about my girlfriend, but why are you in my car?" The atmosphere turned awkward. At the school, hunk gripped the steering wheel and stared at me, dumbfounded. "What do you mean your car?" "This is my car," I said. I opened the glove compartment and took out the registration. "Look, it has my name on it. Why are you in my car? Are you stealing it? I'll call the police right now." The school hunk turned red, hurriedly got out of the car and whispered to me, "Don't call the police. My dad's a mechanic. I saw this car look nice and borrowed it for a spin. Please don't call the police." I widened my eyes and said loudly, "You call? This borrowing. This is theft. Can repair shops steal cars and for maintenance?" The school hunk lowered his head and whispered, "Bro, I'm sorry." I sighed. "Don't get familiar. Let me check the car's condition first." He didn't dare speak, and I soon found a dent on the hood. I said angrily, "What's this about?" The school hunk panicked and quickly said, "It's not my fault. Your girlfriend insisted on sitting on the hood to take selfies and posted a bunch of provocative photos on her moments. That's the evidence." I checked my phone and saw nothing. The school hunk quickly showed me his phone. Turned out Alicia had blocked me. Looking at her WeChat moments, I tutted. Such bold photos. "Fine, you can go back. I'll keep these photos as evidence. You both prepare for a court summons." The school hunk was stunned and whispered, "Bro, will it cost a lot?" I said, "About 100,000. In an instant, his face turned pale. The school hunk hurriedly said, "But it was her who damaged it. Do I have to pay too?" I rolled my eyes. "Don't you understand the law? You're both responsible. Your dad's work this year is for nothing." The proud school hunk burst into tears. "That stupid girl told her this is carbon fiber. Only high-end sports cars have it. Okay, the hotter it gets, the harder it becomes. But she couldn't wait for the car to warm up and just sat on it for selfies. My parents worked so hard, and now we're screwed because of her." Impatient, I got into my car and called someone to assess the damage. I wasn't interested in watching him cry. The school hunk wiped his tears and wailed, "How come you're the rich one? Your girlfriend said you work multiple jobs handing out flyers." I said, "I don't work. I hand out flyers, but those stores are mine." Ow. I wasn't lying. Half of the pedestrian street, 72 stores, my family owns them. Handing out flyers for my family's stores? What's wrong with that? I closed the car window, not wanting to hear the school hunks crying. At that moment, Alicia texted me, "Since you saw it, let's break up." Don't blame me. Blame your parents for being losers. I'd rather cry in a Lamborghini than laugh on your bicycle handing out flyers. I fell into deep thought. Since both the Lamborghini and the bicycle are mine, should she cry or laugh? I wanted to reply, wait for the court summons, but Alicia had already blocked me. My God, how could she block me? Speaking of the repair costs, she owes me 100,000. Ignoring the fact that it was the girls' dormitory, I rushed inside and headed straight to Alicia's room. Fortunately, it was morning, so there weren't many people in the dorm. I arrived at her dorm room door and was about to knock when I heard a woman inside ask, "Did you really do what I told you?" Then, I heard Alicia say, "Yes, I lied to him that I took the pill." The woman excitedly said, "That's a great opportunity. I calculated your period and knew you were likely to get pregnant these 2 days, which is why I told you to go on a date. Once you're pregnant, you can marry into a wealthy family," Alicia said worriedly. "What if he makes me get an abortion?" The woman replied, "As long as you're pregnant, I have ways to make him acknowledge the baby. You even broke up with your boyfriend for him. Let's see if he dares not to acknowledge it." I was really shocked that Alicia would go this far. She even wanted to marry the campus heartthrob by having his child. I wondered what her expression would be when she found out the heartthrob had stolen my car. I knocked on Alicia's door. And when she saw me, she immediately frowned. She said, "I've already broken up with you. Why are you still pestering me? I'm telling you, being poor is not a problem, but being poor and shamelessly pestering a girl is really disgusting." It seemed Alicia misunderstood, thinking I was there to win her back. There were 2 other people in the dorm, her roommates, whom I knew. Before I could speak, one of her roommates said, "Can you stop hindering Alicia from pursuing her own happiness?" I was completely dumbfounded. So making out with another guy in a sports car behind her boyfriend's back was considered pursuing her own happiness? I knew this roommate. She was Alicia's best friend, Eva, the one who had just urged Alicia to get pregnant. When I first started dating Alicia, she often made sarcastic remarks, saying things like, "A man's love for a girl depends on how much money he spends on her," because of Eva's instigation. I had given Alicia many gifts. Now I was here to take those gifts back. Said, "We can break up, but the phone you're using is mine. You should return it." I didn't mention that the sports car was also mine. Knowing Alicia's personality, she might shamelessly cling to me, so I had to get my things back first. Alicia immediately frowned and snapped coldly, "So you're that petty? Can't you consider my feelings?" I was speechless. That I was petty, but she had already wronged me. Why should I care about her feelings? Eva suddenly covered her mouth and laughed. She said, "Can't you see through this poor guy's trick? He's asking you to return the gift, just to make things difficult. He can't accept the breakup." Alicia sneered. "So that's it? You think if I can't give the gift back, I'll hesitate to break up with you? Have you forgotten? My current man is rich." She lifted her chin proudly. Eva added fuel to the fire. "Don't worry, sis. I just looked it up. His Lamborghini costs millions. Buying you a new phone is nothing to him." Alicia laughed and said, "Fine. I'll return the phone, but let me make one last call. I'll show you why I dumped Yubi, because the gap between you and a rich man is so wide you'll never catch up." I wondered if the man she was talking about was the same heartthrob I knew. I remembered when I took my car to his family's house for repairs. His dad had sighed and said how hard it was to make money these days. Their earnings weren't even enough to cover rent. Alicia dialed a number. Eva quickly said, "Put it on speaker so he can hear. Let him understand the gap between him and others." Alicia nodded. To show off, she put the call on speaker. As soon as the call connected, she said pitifully, "Brother, my boyfriend came to break up with me. Once the phone, he bought me back. Without the phone, how can I stay in touch with you?" But the heartthrob didn't play along. On the other end of the line, he shouted in anger, "You damn bitch. Don't ever let me see you again or I'll beat you every time." In an instant, both Alicia and Eva were stunned. The call ended. Abruptly, Alicia stared at her phone in disbelief. Eva quickly reacted. She grabbed a book from her bed and threw it at me, shouting, "Did you badmouth my best friend downstairs?" Hearing this, Alicia started trembling with rage. "Yeah. He never treated me like that before. You must have slandered me. How disgusting can you be?" I sighed, trying to stay calm. "I didn't badmouth you. Just give me back my things," Alicia snapped. "If you didn't, why would he treat me like this now?" But the truth was, Alicia had posted flirtatious selfies sitting on the hood of his car. The heartthrob ended up with thousands in fines. Given his family's income, of course he was furious. Eva sneered. "That's why I told you to be brave and date the heartthrob. I saw through this poor loser from the start. He only plays tricks behind your back. It's disgusting simp." I asked, "So you're admitting you had a role in her betrayal?" Eva snapped. "Betrayal? My best friend was in trouble. I helped her out. What, should I let her marry you? She'll thank me for saving her." Alicia grew annoyed and said, coldly, "You can have the phone back. But I have one condition. You must apologize to the heartthrob and admit you lied about me." Eva added, "Yeah. Even kneel and apologize if you have to. Clear my best friend's name." I took the phone and said flatly, "Why should I apologize for something I didn't do? And we haven't even settled our accounts yet." Into the room and sat at the desk to begin calculating. Throughout our relationship, I had given Alicia many gifts and money transfers. I wanted it all returned. Alicia looked disappointed. "My friends are all here. We loved each other once. Do you really want to humiliate me like this?" I ignored her and kept calculating. Suddenly, Eva took a photo of me. With a face full of disdain, she said, "Today I saw the ultimate loser. I'm going to post this on social media and ruin him, make him socially dead." I thought she was bluffing. But when I checked my phone, she had really posted it. The caption read, "Oh my God, girls, never date a poor guy. The poorer they are, the more trouble they cause. My best friend got stuck with one. It's terrifying." I frowned and said, "This is a personal issue between us. Why keep bringing up money? You might as well tattoo gold digger on your forehead," Eva sneered. "Yeah, I like rich men." "Are you jealous? If you were rich, you'd be the one scolding me, not the one getting laughed at." She grew more agitated, walked over to the window, and pointed outside. "Rich men drive $1 million Lamborghinis, though they have ambition and careers. Poor losers like you sit around calculating expenses, making girls who once loved them feel sick." At that moment, another roommate couldn't stay silent any longer. She said, "Alicia, why don't you just pay him back? You're clearly the one at fault." Alicia's face changed instantly. She turned to her and asked sharply, "What do you mean? Are you taking his side?" Eva sneered again. "Isn't it obvious? You've got a boyfriend with a Lamborghini and she's jealous. She's insulting and slandering you on purpose." The roommate's face turned red. "Don't falsely accuse me," she said angrily. "Once knew this girl, a poor student named..." But Lisa refused to take any, saying she couldn't accept what she hadn't earned. That left a deep impression on me. Alicia sighed and said, "Lisa, I know you're poor and rely on student loans and scholarships to get by. I understand if you resent the rich. But you know what? Being a good person is more important than having good grades." Lisa's eyes widened in disbelief. "Are you saying I'm not a good person?" I was completely dumbfounded. Lisa was diligent, hardworking, and excelled in both her studies and character. And Alicia. She had just been making out with the rich guy in a car right in front of me, her boyfriend. Yet she dared to claim Lisa didn't know how to behave. What kind of nonsense was she spouting? Eva sneered. "I know your type, poor simp girl. You know he broke up with you, so now you're pretending to be some pretentious coquette trying to win him back. You know you can't get a guy who drives a Lamborghini, so you don't even give a chance to someone who earns just $3,000 a month handing out flyers." Lisa clenched her fists in anger and stood up. "I work part-time as a tutor and I earn $2,000 a month." Eva looked at her with disdain. "To you, even mosquito legs are meat. Yesterday I saw you picking up food that had fallen onto the table to eat. You poor wretch of course you're not picky about men." Lisa's eyes turned red. Her voice trembled with grievance. "The food fell on the table, not the floor. What's so wrong with that? Enough." Alicia's shout cut us off. She slammed her phone on the table and said to me, "You really embarrass me. My biggest regret is dating you. Hurry up and settle our accounts so I can go and explain things to my new boyfriend." Eva quickly added, "Don't worry, sis. I'll go with you. We'll clear up the rumors, and you'll still be the rich man's little darling." I couldn't be bothered with him anymore, so I focused on calculating our accounts. Of course, I didn't include the cost of the sports car repairs. I was afraid Alicia might shamelessly try to use it as an excuse to get back with me eventually. I figured it out. Over the course of our relationship, I had given Alicia gifts and made transfers totaling $18,000. When I did the math, I was stunned. Dating really is expensive. I barely spent a few hundred a month on myself yet. Didn't realize how much I'd given her until I added it up. Not only was I shocked, Alicia and Eva were, too. They were just students. Or could they possibly come up with over $10,000? At first, they didn't believe it. But after checking the records multiple times, they had to admit my calculations were correct. Alicia looked troubled. 18,000. "I can't come up with that right now," Eva panicked, and quickly said, "Don't be scared, sis. I'll help you repay it. How you treat this loser right now will decide how the heartthrob sees you. Even if we have to borrow from loan sharks, we'll pay it back. You need to cut ties with this poor guy if you want to marry into wealth." Eventually, Alicia was swayed. She nodded and said, "Okay, we'll find a way to borrow it. My family mustn't know. If they find out, they'll kill me." I didn't know how to respond. If 18,000 was enough to get her killed, what would happen when the nearly $100,000 car repair bill reached her? House her parents might want to grind her bones to dust. Immediately, Alicia and Eva started contacting people to borrow money. To my surprise, it was actually pretty easy for them. Classmates gave a few hundred here and there. Alicia was amazed by how quickly she could raise the money. She couldn't help but say, "I have such a good reputation. Everyone's willing to lend me money." Eva laughed. "It's because of your selfies on social media. You're sitting in a sports car worth millions. Of course, people are willing to lend you a small amount." Alicia suddenly understood. She looked at me and said, "See that? That's the charm of a real man. Everyone wants to befriend him and admire him. If I were still with you, would anyone help me out when I'm in trouble?" Eva sneered. "Trouble? Being with him is the biggest disaster." They kept borrowing money and eventually managed to gather over 8,000. But they were still short 10,000. Eva gritted her teeth and said, "I know a guy from the underworld. He can lend us the money, but if we can't repay, the consequences will be terrible." Alicia asked nervously, "What'll happen if we can't pay him back?" Eva replied, "Don't worry for now. Your new boyfriend is so rich. 10,000 is nothing to him." Eva quickly contacted this so-called underworld guy. He looked like a professional loan shark. He handed over 10,000 without hesitation. Once they finally had enough, they returned the money to me. Alicia threw the phone at me and yelled, "Satisfied now? Get lost. From now on, we have nothing to do with each other." I nodded, then turned to Lisa and said, "Can you step out with me for a moment?" Lisa looked surprised, unsure why I was calling her. Eva immediately sneered. I knew something was going on between them. The second we paid him back, they got together. I just felt a wave of helplessness. The reason I wanted to speak with Lisa was because she worked on the student council and had access to the contact directory, since I intended to send a legal notice to Alicia's family. I definitely needed her home address. Lisa flushed red, lowered her head, and quietly followed me outside. Eva mocked again. "You're seriously going with him? You're only worthy of Alicia's leftovers." Lisa's eyes welled up. "I have no such intentions." Eva scoffed. "Fake little flirt. Keep pretending. No wonder your family's broke. Must run in your blood. Look at you, flattering even some guy who hands out flyers. You clearly have no standards, and it shows what kind of people your parents must be." Alicia glanced at us with contempt and sneered. "Thank God I broke up with him. That useless man is all yours now. Here's a blessing for you both. May the whore and the dog stay together forever." I walked Lisa out into the hallway. She whispered, "I only spoke up because I was upset. Don't take it the wrong way. I just want to focus on my studies. I don't mean anything by it." I nodded. "I get it. You've got to earn scholarships and tutor to make ends meet. Romance isn't exactly a priority." Lisa looked at me, puzzled. "Then why did you call me out?" I answered, "I know you have the student contact book. Can you share Alicia's home address with me?" Lisa panicked. "What are you going to do?" She looked genuinely worried, even grabbing my hand in her panic. Her eyes locked onto mine, voice serious. "We might be poor, but we still have dignity. Just because they were wrong doesn't mean you should destroy your future for revenge." The air went still. I didn't know how to respond. Did she really think I was planning something that extreme? Lisa noticed she was still holding my hand and quickly let go, her face turning red. "You work hard. You're determined. You deserve better. I truly believe 10 years from now, Alicia will regret everything she did." I smiled faintly. "It won't take 10 years. Dealership's already given me the repair estimate. If her family lives nearby, the regret will come much sooner." Lisa was shocked. "What do you mean?" said that sports car downstairs. "It's mine." She looked at me, stunned. Explained everything to her. She didn't say a word until I showed her the registration papers. Only then did she believe it. When Lisa went to get the contact directory, she walked like she was in a daze, probably thinking this had to be a dream. Not long after, she sent me Alicia's home address. Turned out it was only a few kilometers away from the dealership. What are the odds? I called the dealership, and they told me they'd send over the official damage report in 10 minutes. Just then, I suddenly remembered Alicia had already returned her phone. How would I contact her to recover the debt? So I decided to return it temporarily. When I walked back into her dorm, Alicia scowled. "Why are you back again?" Said calmly. "I know you don't have a phone now. Use this one for a few days." Eva clutched her chest dramatically and gagged. "I'm gonna vomit. I knew it. He's trying to rekindle things by playing the nice guy act," Alicia snapped. "Do you think I'm an idiot? Stop harassing me. You're embarrassing me in front of my friends." Just then, Ava's phone rang. She glanced at it, puzzled. "Alicia, why are your parents calling me?" I was slightly startled. The dealership worked fast. Seems like her parents couldn't reach her, so they dialed Eva instead. Alicia took the phone. "Mom, what's going on?" This time she didn't put the call on speaker, but her mother's shouting was loud enough for the whole dorm too. "Here, don't call me Mom. You have any idea how hard your father and I work? You've ruined us." Alicia froze. "Mom, what did I do?" She walked into the corner of the room, still on the call and then she suddenly started crying. Eva rushed over. "Sis, what happened?" Alicia sobbed. Now I get why the heartthrob suddenly flipped on me. "I dented his car just by sitting on I-10 now. He wants my family to pay. The bill says $137,000. Eva stared at her, dumbfounded. "What, just sitting on it caused that?" Alicia nodded weakly. "The bill was sent to my house. My mom said she even took a photo and sent it to me. She told me to check my phone." Unable to keep standing, Alicia collapsed onto the bed. Dazed, Eva bit her lip. "Don't panic yet. I might have a solution." Alicia looked at her desperately. "What is it?" Eva whispered. "Right now, we need to check if you're pregnant." "If you are, there's no way he'll ask for that money." Alicia's eyes lit up. "You're right. Even if he doesn't care about me, he'll have to care about the baby." Eva got excited. "If he still dares to ask for money, you go cry at his front door." Alicia let out a deep sigh. "I thought I could use the baby to marry into wealth. Never imagined it'd just be used to cover car repairs." Eva consoled her. "Hundreds of thousands isn't a joke. Your parents would need at least 2 years to make that money." "But hey, who says you can't still marry rich? Maybe his family will insist on it. Maybe they'll even throw in a car of your own." I stood there quietly, watching them scheme. I wondered whether I should remind Alicia maybe out of some lingering affection. But getting pregnant with the heartthrob's child wouldn't free her from paying the repair bill. I started to say, But before the words could leave my mouth, Alicia shot me a vicious glare. She marched over, yanked the phone from my hand and snapped, "Don't say a word. Get lost. I want to hear your voice. I'm already pissed off." Eva added with an impatient scowl. "Yeah, can you disappear? We're trying to figure out how to calm the heartthrob down." I tried to stay calm. "How about you read the documents first?" Eva cut me off, shouting, "Get lost, loser. We have nothing to say to you. Keep bothering Alicia, and we'll report you for harassment. See you in court." I gave a small nod. "Fine. We're going to court anyway." Alicia was already sending a voice message. "Please come downstairs. To my dorm. I want to talk. Please." The heartthrob replied instantly. She played the message aloud. His voice barked, "Sure, you slut. I want to talk to. Come down now." Alicia put her phone down, visibly anxious. "Do you think, with that tone, will he really forgive me?" Eva whispered. "Go downstairs and beg him. I'll go with you." She helped Alicia up and shot a glare my way. "Move." I ignored her and turned to leave. Just as I stepped into the hallway, Lisa returned. Alicia and Eva walked right past her, striding ahead of us. Lisa approached me quietly and asked, "Will you make Alicia pay a lot of money?" I replied, "I'm not trying to scam her. She should pay what she owes. But I'm thinking." Lisa blinked. "Thinking what?" I said softly, "Looks like they're begging the wrong guy. It's going to be awkward." Downstairs, the heartthrob was already waiting. His cheek had a bright red slap mark, and he stood beside the road, crying and wiping his tears. If I had to guess, he must have told his dad what happened and got some fatherly love in return. Alicia and Eva froze in shock. Eva muttered seriously, "With all that money, he's crying like this?" Alicia added, "Maybe he really loves that car. When I went on dates with him, he protected it like a child." Eva sighed. Say a car is a man's second wife. I guess it's true. I rolled my eyes. I didn't treat my car like a wife. Why wouldn't he protect it? It was mine. Alicia stepped forward with a pitiful look. Baby, let me explain. Explain. To your grandfather, you bitch, the heartthrob shouted. Couldn't hold it in anymore. He lunged, grabbed her hair, and slapped her hard across the face. Neither Alicia nor Eva expected that. Eva rushed forward, trying to stop him. Alicia, stunned and hurt, cried, Baby, if you're mad, hit me. It's my fault. I'll never do it again. Let me make it up to you. I don't want your pity, he yelled, and punched her in the face. He kept hitting her. The bystanders were horrified. Just moments ago, Alicia had been stepping out of a flashy sports car like a queen. Now, in front of everyone, she was being beaten by the same heartthrob, hair gripped tight, fists landing again and again. Eva shouted, Stop it. You're hitting her too hard. She's a girl. A final punch knocked one of Alicia's front teeth out. She cupped her mouth as blood trickled down her chin, dazed, and bent down to pick up the fallen tooth. Hitting me? My tooth, Eva? Get some milk? I gave a nod. Smart. Storing it in milk might preserve it. Lisa looked at me wide-eyed. Are you actually enjoying this? How could I be? I replied. We used to be in love. Watching her like this hurts. Then why are you smiling? I smile naturally. People who smile have better luck. While the beating carried on, Alicia looked at me, mouth bleeding. You're not even a man. You see what's happening, and you still won't help? I answered calmly. You said if I ever approached you again, you'd sue me. So here we are. Then the heartthrob noticed me and froze. He released Alicia and walked over. Eva quickly tried to spin the story. Heartthrob, I know you're angry, but he was bullying her earlier. Alicia tolerated it only because she loves you. Shut your mouth, the heartthrob yelled. Your whole family's garbage. Eva fell silent, immediately submissive. He stopped in front of me. For a second I thought he'd hit me too, but instead, to everyone's shock, he dropped to his knees. Right there in front of everyone. Tears flowed down his face. Bro, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Everything froze. No one moved. All eyes were on us. Eva trembled. Lisa stayed quiet. Alicia clutched her bloody mouth, now also bleeding from her nose. She sniffed, choked, and coughed violently. No one saw this coming, not even me. I let out a sigh. If you knew this would happen, why'd you start it? Eva looked stunned. Why are you apologizing to him? I looked at the heartthrob gently. Go ahead, tell them why you're apologizing to me. Still crying, he admitted. I shouldn't have taken your car to show off. I shouldn't have stolen your girlfriend. I'm disgusting, pathetic. Please forgive me. I had told my dad, but he said we couldn't afford the damage. We were already behind on rent. I nodded. Your dad works hard. That's why I trusted. Your family's repair shop with my car? Would have thought a hard-working mechanic would raise a son like you? He broke down further. I'll never do something like this again. Just give us more time to pile, do whatever it takes. Alicia stood frozen, murmuring, what repair shop? What car? What theft? I said calmly, it's all right in front of you. Shh. She pointed to the sports car, voice shaking. That car? It's yours? Nodded. Yeah, it's mine. Her face went blank, lips trembling. Then she burst into tears. Okay. You'd be rich? Weren't you the flyer guy? I do hand out flyers, I said, but they're for my own businesses. Ignoring her injuries, Alicia stumbled toward me, grabbing my arm. Baby, please let me explain. I looked at her coldly. I'm not your baby, we're done. I placed a hand on the heartthrob's shoulder. He looked at me with desperate eyes. This is on you, I told him, not your dad. In fact, I should thank you. Because of you, I saw her true colors. So, I'll help you just this once. I paused. You'll graduate next year. Let's set up a payment plan. Once you're working, you can repay the damages over 3 years. He blinked in disbelief. Really? I nodded. Yes, your mistake, not your father's burden. But, I glanced at Alicia. Knocking out her tooth will cost extra. His face darkened. Not paying a damn cent. I'd rather go. To jail? I won't pass any civil service exams anyway. You'd go to jail over this? I asked. Yeah, that bitch doesn't deserve a thing. I slapped his shoulder and laughed. Finally, some logic. I'll waive 1,000 for that.
Yes.
Alicia stood frozen. Baby, I was wrong. Can't we start over? It was all. She suddenly turned to Eva. It was all her fault. Eva didn't react. Face blank. You're the one who told me to do this? I loved him. Why did I listen to you? I had enough. Just remember to take the morning after pill. Not for your sakes, but because if you get pregnant, you'll definitely abort. Won't let an innocent life suffer because of your poor character. Alicia went pale. Eva began to cry. What about the loan I helped you get? Alicia snapped. You caused all this? Why would I pay you back? Eva broke down. If I don't repay that loan, they'll beat me to death. I shrugged. If you're scared of loan sharks, then pay them. Eva wailed. Where am I supposed to find 10,000? Lisa clenched her fists. You mocked me for picking food off a table. But your family doesn't even have 10 grand. You're poor too. So why bully other poor people? Eva collapsed in tears. I smiled at Alicia. Goodbye. Don't contact me unless it's about the money. If you do, I'll report you for harassment. I turned to Lisa. Since the trash has been taken out, want to grab a meal? My treat? I'll drive. Lisa raised an eyebrow. Are you drunk or just stupid? Why would I ride with you? I scratched my nose. She had a point. I quietly got in my car and left. Later, Alicia and the Heartthrob's families reached a deal. Both paid half. Rumor has it Alicia was beaten. By her parents, one of her legs was literally broken. She had to wear a cast. It didn't heal properly. She limped and might even need it broken again to fix it. She was too ashamed to return for her final year. Eva came back, but whenever she showed up, people whispered, called her a traitor to the poor, to repay the loan. She tried finding work, but her reputation followed her. No one hired her. Eventually, she came to me begging for a job. I had some cheap restaurants, gave her a job as a toilet cleaner. The same girl who looked down on poor people now cleaned toilets for them. She cried while scrubbing. Word got around. Students even used the bathroom just to force her to clean it again. Alicia kept messaging me after dropping out, begging for another chance. I blocked her. She used different numbers. So I gave her what she wanted by suing her. It shut her up. As for Lisa and me, nothing ever happened. She was self-reliant. Focus, nothing like Alicia or Eva. She never contacted me during our last school year. After graduation, she returned to her hometown to teach. It said she wanted to help poor kids. I admired that. She only reached out once too. Ask for clothes for the children. I donated what I had. That was our last interaction. But I still remember what she said about dignity. She was one of a kind, and I hope life takes her far.